One thing that always strikes me is the focus that's required for an actor, because it's a living, breathing thing. You have the audience right there. I don't know, can you see the audience, generally speaking?
I can. I don't know why. I can see everybody. I can see everyone in the house.
So does that ever rattle you? You must recognize friends, celebrities, and has that ever happened to you where you've seen like, oh, that's Oprah Winfrey, or whatever? I mean, like, you know.
There was one performance of Ivanov,
Yeah.
the Chekhov play, which we did in 2008, where I came on stage and I looked out into the house and I saw a sea of faces and Michael Caine. There he was, like
a spotlight on him,
looking at me. Yeah, I was like, oh no, you know, and I momentarily froze of like, Michael Caine is watching, you know. This may be the only time that Michael Caine is going to watch you act.
Do we know for sure it was Michael Caine and not just like an apparition?
It was Michael Caine.
Okay.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah. I think he liked it. So.
Is there something about the stage that lets you kind of push yourself in areas that otherwise would rattle you? I mean, for instance, like, again, I'm always amazed by the lengths that actors can go, especially in a live environment.
What I love about a play, and it is unique to the theatre, is this consequential momentum that you get across performing the whole thing.
Sure.
And when I first started making films, I initially found that difficult, that you make a discovery in a scene, cut, and then it becomes a sort of construction site for half an hour, trying to sustain a integrated psychological reality for the character, so that if you're doing, let's take the first Thor movie, for example, some of those sequences at the end of the film between me and Chris Hemsworth were 7 or 8 weeks apart.
Right.
But in the movie, they're next to each other. So you're like, right, 7 weeks ago, I was in this mood, and I was, you know, this level of emotional volatility, and having to just refine that.
Any superstitions particular to the theater?
There's one. I'm thinking there's a warm-up game, which I think I've played almost every time, which is about, it's called Big Booty.
Sorry?
Big Booty. Yeah, that's what it's called. Okay. It's not related to anything, any body part specifically, but you play it as a group and are standing in a circle, and it's kind of like a rhythmic game where everyone playing has to keep a specifically musical rhythm, and if they break it, they go to the back.
Got it.
And if you're at the top, you're the big booty. It's crazy.
How often are you the big booty?
In Betrayal in London, I was the big booty because I taught everyone the game. So people were like, God, this is so hard. So I managed to stay at Big Booty for like 3 weeks. And then Charlie Cox and Zoe Ashton, like, we've got to get Tom off the top. We've got to knock him off. So it became intensely competitive. Yeah.
I know from experience.